G'day folks, welcome to this continuation of the Cornfield scenario from None But Heroes. We are at the 7th turn of this scenario. It is 6:30 AM. We have this and one more turn to go. And, well, things are kind of hanging in the balance. Here's the Cornfield, of course. And this is hex 2115. One side or the other needs to hold both to win the scenario. If neither side can do that, it's a draw, but a very bloody draw at that. There have been huge casualties on both sides. I'm going to jump straight into it. It's a Union turn. We'll start with their artillery, so I'll pull back and see what shots they can get off. So I'll start on the far right with Reynolds' battery, shooting cannon battery fire. That's a result of 9, even with 2 to the left. That is going to be a hit on these guys. Their first actual hit in this battle. They are reduced. They suffer a cannon battery fire marker. And a morale check, which they should pass. C-rated morale, a roll of 6 is a pass. Yep. Which means that the rest of this artillery out here has to look for other targets. Okay. So we've got Edgel's battery. I believe they can... Yeah, maybe not. Maybe they can't see over these trees here. Maybe their line of sight is blocked. So I've got terrain 1, 2, 3. Actually, maybe they can. Just see over the tree line. And who can they see? Perhaps straight down the line to these batteries. Sorry about that. To, yeah, these Confederate batteries down here. So let's try and get 2 shots off with these 2 batteries. The first one on the right here is a failure. Second one will be a morale check. So they pass the morale check, but suffer counter battery fire, which basically results in a column shift to their fire, at least within the kind of limitations of this scenario. We now have these batteries up here, Campbell, Ransom, these guys, and they're under some nice little elevated terrain here. You can kind of, the forests stretch all the way down here, so they're kind of limited to lines of sight in this area. They can see, can they see into there? They can certainly see Law's forces here. So they'll get their biggest 8 strength into here. Roll of 5. He's not going to do anything. Yep. 4, I'll say 6 into here. A roll of 10. 1, 2, it's going to be a step loss. Bringing the 4th Alabama down to 4 strength points, and a morale check is passed. And then their abstracted off-map artillery over here will fire 8 into here. Ooh, that's going to do 1, 2, 3, 1 step loss, which will wreck that regiment. They can get 6 into here, which won't do anything. And then just some cannon battery. 4 into here, which will cause morale check, which they fail. So, it's an 11 for C-rated battery, -1 for the leader's morale is 10. C rated 10 is a disorganised, back 3 with a lost 1. So they're disorganised. They have to limber up, and they're going to lose 1, so they're going to be eliminated. And back 3. 1, 2, 3. And the other battery misses. And we've got some Confederate cowardly legs in that area. All right, now, Union infantry. We will, I guess, the Confederate right flank is looking pretty vulnerable. Let's try to activate this formation for movement. They cannot move. So the 1st Brigade, there's not many of them to be honest, they won't move. They'll just take some shots. They've got 2 SPs firing. 2 SPs, a roll of 8 will cause a morale check here. Ooh, an 11 for a B ranked unit that has been wrecked is 11, 12, 13, 14. They are routed. Back 6 with 2 losses. They've only got 2 left. So there, they rout from the field, effectively. And we have some more Confederate cowardly legs. And that's the collapse of the Confederate left flank in this little area. That's off camera, I'm sorry about that. Just up here. So there's some artillery fire into here. They routed, not disorganised, they're actually completely routed. And then fire here. Hey Richard. Yeah, look, I'm really enjoying it. This is my very first foray into the None but Heroes and the Line of Battle series, but and I have made mistakes. I want to acknowledge that. I've made mistakes with the opening volleys, and I'm not yet into the order system yet. So I've made one order basically to Hood, who has been ordered to recapture the Cornfield along the route of the Hagerstown Pike. Straight down here basically. Now we've got a bit of a mix over here. Christians second, let's see if they can move. They can move at full movement allowance. This is a 0 rated leader, of course, so he has to roll, which he's passed. Now with 2 turns to go, I'm thinking about some aggressive actions here. I'm thinking, when I say I'm thinking, I'm doing. Yeah, I'm thinking about house ruling it just because I'm playing solo, so I'm not going to be too strict with my orders. I mean, there's 4 pages of rules for orders. These guys are going to change facing for 1 and shift in here for 2, which they don't need to do a closing roll for because they're out of line of sight. But now they need to do a closing roll for the charge, which passes, and they will charge. These guys will get a shot off, which is very effective. They roll a 6, which will cause 2 losses to that formation. There is no automatic defender step loss, just a morale check, which they... Oh, it's a close one, which they narrowly fail, and they're shaken back 1. Narrowed by 1. Shaken and back 1. And some more Confederate cowardly legs in that hex. And they will advance. Alright, rolling up these flanks. Alright, where's the rest of questions? Formation. 2, 2, 1, yep, they've got 7 here, so 1, 2, 3. They don't need to roll to close because they're out of line of sight. They'll roll to close the next hex, which succeeds because it's an A ranked unit. Geez, that was close. We get opening volley from these guys, which is also pretty good. That is 1 step loss and a leader check, which is passed. Now, they take 1 automatic step loss, bringing them down to 4. They make a leader loss check, which should pass. It's an 8. In a charge, defender is safe. But now, they need to make a morale check. Oh, bumped that with my finger. All right, defender morale check in here. They are A ranked. They roll a 9, down to 7, but they're okay. So they hold their ground. Okay. Ooh, where to now? Let's push Durye's formation into there. They don't really want to shoot. They just want to lock the Confederates down in this area. Yeah, thanks, Richard. We'll also get the... yeah, we'll bring that whole formation in straight to there. We'll get the 3rd, 2nd out here on the left. They've only got 1 strength left. I think they'll hold just in reserve. Now, shifting along the lines here, we've got, well, where is the rest of the... We've got the 3rd, 2nd Brigade in a line along here, looking pretty strong. Facing off against... Okay. They do have the numbers. They do have the superiority. But I'm mindful that the Rebs are going to want to counterattack. So I'm going to bring Ricketts in there. He's going to take a... What have we got? Do we have kind of 6? Yeah. He'll take a shot, so they get an opening volley from here, which won't cause any losses. Then he gets a shot into these guys, and a 6 will cause a morale check here, which they'll pass easily, and in fact will become bloodlusted. Yep, that's not good. That's not what the Union wants to see. 12th mass here, 5 SPs, firing straight ahead, will do nothing. 13th mass, 4 SPs, firing straight ahead, will also do nothing. And we've got the Iron Brigade. What have they got out here? They're not going to move, I don't think. I'll double check. I'll do a roll just to see if they can. Yeah, they can move at half movement if they need to. That's not the cornfield here. So they're on the edge of the cornfield. They just want to shoot. And we've got 8 SPs there. So 8 SPs. With a roll of 6 isn't great. It's just a morale check on these guys, which they pass. And we've got this very brave formation down here with 1 SP left, doing nothing. Then we'll get, I think I've got a reinforced double day. So these guys will go 1, 2 into that hex and hold firm. Not many options. The Union has to capture these 3 hexes to secure the cornfield, plus 2115. So, keeping the 3rd Brigade of the 1st Division in kind of reserve. Let's see what we can do, because I know there's this Hood's Division coming up the road. Let's see what we can get going around here. What forces do we have in this area? We've got 3, 4, 5 with musket, brings it up to 6 to 8 firing here. A roll of 3 will do nothing. That's not good enough. They need better. We'll see if the 3 third can move. They can move at half speed anyway. So they will get a bit closer to the action. 2, 1, 2. And we'll get a shot out of this hex as well. 2, 5. And a roll of 9 will cause a step loss. So they are wiped out. Yep. Get some cowardly legs. And a morale check, which they pass. No. 7, 8. Yeah, they'll narrowly pass. 9. All right. But now might be a good opportunity for Phelps's brigade there. I'm thinking maybe charge, but they're beginning adjacent to its current target hex, which will be a -3 modifier. And they don't have that many positive modifiers, not with a leader. And they need, basically, they need a 6. Let's give it a go. If they roll a 6, they'll charge. They roll a 4, so they fail. So they'll shoot instead. And 5 SPs. Oh, that's going to wipe them out. I'm at 11. Now, we do have 6 SPs down here. We're going to charge straight through here. So this is a second first. They need to roll to move. They get half movement speed. They can't. Well, they could charge into here. Yeah, let's do it. 1, roll to close. They succeed. Roll to charge closing. They fail. So, opening volley. They're going to shoot instead. Opening volley is a hit on the 56 pen. And they now have 5 SPs shooting. 5, 6 is going to cause a morale check here, which they easily pass. Now, what else? Half movement speed. 1. Maybe just 1, and they'll take a shot. They can opening volley against them, which does nothing. And then they'll shoot with what I say they had. 7 SPs at range. Will cause a morale check, which they will pass. And these guys, I think they'll just stand, and they can't shoot across there because there's sunken ground. It's not sunken ground, I don't know what it is. Rock ledge, which I think protects both of these units. So they need to actually move to shoot. So they'll shift in 1. They'll get a shot off, which will do a hit against them. Oh, sorry, first of all, see if they roll to move. They do, full movement. They're reduced. They get a morale check, which they fail. Shaken and back 1. and they remain shaken. Okay. That's about it for the Union turn. So not much change. They're defending the northern edge of the cornfield and haven't gained any new ground out in the west edge here. Brings us now to the Confederate turn, and they're kind of limited for artillery options. We've got this battery here, which is down to 4 with a shift to the left. I think they'll fire at those. Who will they fire at? Maybe this brigade up here on the heights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll give them just the 1 column shift. A terrible roll though. We'll see that missing completely. And then there's some batteries in here. Same hill, so they can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can see this formation here. A 1. I'm just checking the range here. 1, 2, 3, 5. Yep, that'll cause morale check, which they pass. And I think that's about it. Lines of sight a block for close ranges. We could have some kippy. No, I don't know if we can have. The woods are kind of in the way. Yeah, I think we're going to pass with the rest of the Confederate artillery. And now we need to think about getting the Confederates back into the cornfield. Let's bring Hood's division charging in. So here you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, closing roll. It's a 3, which will cause 1 step loss and a leader check. This is Hood leading this charge. The leader check is easy, snake eyes, so he survives. The defenders suffer a step loss. They are reduced to 3. They make a leader check. And an 8 will see the defender safe. Doubleday's lucky. They then make a morale check. A ranked 9, 8, 7, 6. 7, A ranked, they are fine. So that charge will not capture any ground. We do have this Texan Brigade over here though. They're in a bit of trouble though because they're starting their charge, if they charge, right next to their target, which will be a -3 modifier. They are A ranked though, and they do have a +1 morale leader, which won't add a modifier though. This is where a good pair of tweezers is absolutely essential. Should come into that game box, shouldn't it? All right. They've got to roll to close, I think. They absolutely have to charge. They fail. So they will shoot instead. And they've got muskets. So 4, 5, 6, 7. Pushes up a column. Ooh, it's a decent roll. So 7 onto the A. A roll of 8 will cause a step loss to this formation. leader loss check. He survives again. This double day is certainly getting my Medal of Honor. He's been in the thick of it and has survived. His morale modifier has saved the Union bacon many times throughout this morning. What other options do we have? The lines are full. Let's get Yule's for a quarter charge. So we don't have a charge through here. So 13th Mass gets an opening volley, which is terrible. They fail. Then we get, I'm pretty sure they have at least 3. Yep, so they suffer an immediate loss, bringing them down to 3. Then they need to make a morale check, which they pass and hold their ground. Okay, we'll try, actually no, sorry, wait, no, because there's a leader here. So 6, 7, 8, 9, and they're broken. They're wrecked, sorry. 10, 11, 12. We'll see them disorganised, back 4, loss 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lose 1 more and disorganise. Okay, so they can keep going. And roll to close the game. They pass. Opening volley is pretty bad. It does no damage. They suffer a step loss, brought down to 4. Still no leaders. And a morale check is an 8, 9, 10, 11. Guess what? It's another shaken back 2. Shaken back to 1 loss. Actually, there should be cowardly legs next to them. So it should be disorganised back 3, 1 loss. There should be cowardly legs in both those locations. And they can keep going. And they can stop there. Right. Which now frees up. This is the big Confederate counterattack, I guess. It frees up Hayes's brigade. They're not overly strong. 1, 2. Here we go. Let's put the 7th Louisiana up top. 5 SPs. We've got this big Union force holding. One thing I haven't been factoring into here is the additional charge modifiers. Forgot about that for morale checks. But they would definitely retreat. They're outnumbered. It might even be a further, maybe, what would it be? The difference between 12 and 13 on the A rank column isn't much. Yeah, I keep thinking the same thing, Charles. Every time I say it, I'm tempted to kind of add to it. B and C ranked. Holding the Cornfield. I think we've got to push them out, right? We've got to push them out. But we need to get rid of these guys first. So I'm going to bring in this Texan Brigade with 8 SPs. 1, 2. Oh, wait, we have to roll to see if they can even move. They can move at half movement. Oh, no. So, ouch, because of the loss of, is it Wofford? That's costly. That was a very costly loss. I don't know what to do now. Half movement, they can't do much. 1, 2, and they'll take a shot. An opening volley, ouch, which will give the Union at range 2 1 step loss to that lead formation. And they will fire back with 8 at range 1. A 4 won't do anything at that range. All right. Comes down to Hayes' brigade, trying to push out New Yorkers from the 3rd Brigade. So they can come charging down. Oh, wait, they have to actually stop as soon as they get to here. So maybe they'll charge the Iron Brigade. All right, they need to roll to close. They fail. No, wait. They succeed because they've got A ranked with a good leader. They succeed there. They succeed in their charge. There's an opening volley from these guys. It will cause a step loss. On those guys. They are. So I guess one thing that defender, yeah, I'm guessing you add up all the attacking forces, not just the lead attacking regiment, in terms of calculating the step loss. So in a charge, if the attacker is small, you don't take that step loss. We do a leader check as well. He's alive, he's safe. We do a morale check now. It's an A-ranked unit. That passes quite easily, and the charge stops there. Actually, no, it'd be 5 plus 2. Oh, size modify as well. Yeah, they'd make it quite easily. What else can the rebels do? Right, we've got Law's brigade up the back here. Where can we squeeze through? One, 2, 3, 4 will hold there. They'll suffer an opening volley from the Union forces here. That'll do 1 hit, I believe. At range 2, at range 2, no losses. Instead, they will just shoot back with muskets. ASP, modified to the A row. This is going to be a good shot. Back kick down to 8 because it's at range. A 5. Could have been a good shot if I would have rolled decently. Even then, that would cause a morale check, which they pass easily. Yeah. I mean, I could take some shots out here to okay, we've got 6 SPs with muskets shooting at Meade. Pushes it up to the A row, and a 9 on the A is actually 2 step losses. So 2 losses. 1, 2, and a morale check. They are now small. They are wrecked. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They're C ranked. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, 7 is just enough to see them survive without having to pull back. All right, we have 2 SPs out here. They'll have a shot at least. An 8 might cause a morale check. Yep, that'll cause a morale check on a 56 pen, who failed terribly. A 12. 12B will see them disorganised, back 4 with 1 loss. 1, 2, 3, 4. Disorganised and with 1 loss. They are now wrecked. Oh, these flanks are important, but more important is the cornfield. So I think we're going to keep these guys behind their rock ledge in safety and move my 37th Virginians. They're going to go 1, 2, 3. Opening volley from these guys. Ew, he's going to cause them a hit to 6, which is a step loss. And then they'll counter with 3, pushed up 1 because they're muskets. And roll a 4 will do nothing. Nothing. All right, that's about it for the Confederates. I could do some stuff over here. I should do some stuff over here before I wrap everything up. No leaders though. Bloodlusted without a leader. It's always dangerous. 4 SPs facing off against 6. I think that'll take a shot, really. 5. Push up to 6. We'll cause a morale check on these guys. And they pass easily, sorry. These guys will also take some shots. They've got 2. They'll fail. These guys have got muskets 4. Ooh, that might be good. They roll a 9, which is 1 step loss on that formation. And they have to make a morale check, which they pass. And the shaken rebels out here. 3 SPs fail terribly with the 2. That's about it. That's the end of the 7:15 turn. We head into the last turn. 7:30 a.m. All right. First of all, let's do some rebel Confederate rallies. I don't know what happens with the routed unit. I haven't had it's the first rout result I've had thus far. So let me double check. Yeah, the morale's looking pretty good. Rebel morale, Confederate morale heading to the final turn. What do routed units actually do? Morale results, 6.2. Or 6.4 for rally. 6.2. Routed units, roll 1 die. Roll 1 die. It's a 5. Add the morale value of a leader, which they don't. Well, they do have that leader, so it's 6. On a 5 or more, convert it to disorganise. Okay, so I rally the. Yeah, they're both hanging on by a thread, Stephen. I don't think. Well, let's see what happens. I don't think the Union can capture both the cornfield. Yeah, they're going to be hanging out in that cornfield. I don't think the Union can capture both the cornfield and 2115 in here within this turn, basically. There is a chance, though, that the Confederates can capture the cornfield, especially now the Texan Brigade has arrived. So we shift to Union activation. That should be gone as well. We'll get this off-map artillery shooting down here first with 8 SPs. A roll of 10 is going to do some damage. 1, 2, 3, 10. Yep, that'll cause a step loss. That wrecks that formation. Ooh, but I also, didn't realise this, also suffer a step loss. Oh, that kills my own guys. For shooting artillery at a target adjacent to friendly units. They make a morale check. Ooh, they're not going to last either. 9, 10, B rated. Yep, they're going to die as well. Oh no, 1 loss. Shaken, back 2. Which does open the flank, which doesn't really matter. I guess I'll take a shot with 6. That's going to cause a hit. This is the Battle of Antietam, American Civil War, Sharpsburg. So this is the fighting at the Cornfield. This is the Cornfield in here on the early morning of the 17th of September, 1862. So you've got basically regimental level, Union forces in blue, Confederate forces in sort of brown and grey, and it's the first sort of engagement between Hood and Hooker out sort of north of Sharpsburg. Sharpsburg's way down to the south. You've got the Potomac River just to off screen to the right, which is to the west. And it's a 15-minute turn, so it's pretty detailed, but it flows relatively quickly. For a regimental scale American Civil War game, everything moves pretty quickly. There are some fiddly aspects. So loss, you count every strength point. So this is a 5 strength point unit that has suffered 1 loss, so they're down to 4. And they're in line, so you can see the line of troops at the front, that shows they're facing. So yeah, I'm in the final turn of the scenario now. This is a very final Union turn. They will have some shots out here and just see what happens. So 4 SPs with muskets, an 8. When I say muskets, I'm talking about smoothbore muskets, by the way. Will cause a step loss to these guys. They are now small. They make a morale check, and they pass. We can... What can we do with these guys? See if they move first. This is a 0 ranked leader. He needs to make a check. He can move at full movement allowance. With the second, can the second move at full as well? They can move at full. What do we do with these guys though? 1, 2, 3, 4, and they'll take a couple of pot shots with just 2 SPs. 10 is going to be a step loss to these guys again, which wrecks their regiment. When they fall below half strength, they're wrecked. Morale check is terrible. They roll an 11, down to 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 4. An A-ranked unit is another step loss, disorganised, back 3. And they have to go inside the zone of control of enemy units. It's the first time I think I've seen that, and they're wiped out. And do we make another leader check for that second loss? He is okay, and he can retreat to another rip hill. Oops, that should have gone as well. Formation. Which gives now Union forces some flexibility. In particular, I'm thinking of flexibility to charge down this line. So let's see if the first, second can move. They can move at half movement speed. So they'll go, that's a shame. 1, 2, 3. and they'll shoot. So first of all, we get an opening volley from the Confederates in here, which will cause a hit on these guys. Then they'll shoot back with 3 and do no damage. I'm kind of tempted to charge here. A ranked, -3 modifier, +2. Let's see, let's try and charge. So 3 + 1 is 4, -3 is 1, just misses. So they have to shoot instead, and they're shooting with 2 + 4 is 6. A roll of 7 is a step loss. They're down to 1. They're wrecked. They do a morale check, which they pass. Yep. Okay, we'll keep Ricketts here. With this formation, he'll have a shot straight ahead. And 11 will cause 2 step losses. And a leader loss check, which is fine, and a morale check, which is not fine, because they're now wrecked. So looking at 12 - 2 is 10 for a B ranked unit, is shaken, back 1, loss 1. It's looking messy. This final desperate throw. These guys are disorganised. They can't do much. Let's see if... Oops. These guys will become active. They've only got 1 SP. Do they charge? I think they've got to... Oh, crikey, that's just suicide. Let's do it. Roll to close. Yep. Roll to charge. I believe that's also a yep. Defender gets an opening volley, which will miss. A roll of 2 won't cause any damage. They don't need to take any step losses. They just need to roll for morale, which they pass. Yep. All right. We've now got, how many forces do they have here? What are they sitting on? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, look, let's move these guys over. They get an opening volley. Not going to charge here. They'll get 1 hit. And morale check is passed. Narrowly. These guys will... and they'll shoot and not do anything. They'll advance into there, holding kind of the northern end of the cornfield. And they won't take a shot. That'll hold because they're only C ranked. I'm worried about... I want to keep them at full strength, basically. So the Union now can't achieve their objective. They're just trying to hold this northern end of the cornfield. Now we get the Iron Brigade. They've got 8 SPs firing out of here. They roll terribly though, a 5. So 8, 5. Is this going to be a morale check, which they pass? Doubleday in the thick of it now. What have they got? They got... It's really hard to sort through these stacks. Just want to count up their SPs. 3 SPs straight ahead. 3, 5 won't do anything. This is where it gets really, really fiddly. All these different regiments coming together. You can stack up to 16 SPs in a hex if you want. All right, Mead will have a go. Again, how many have they got in here? 1, 2, 3. And it's going to be miss as well. We'll bring Phelps's brigade up. They're still pretty strong, so opening volley will cause a hit. They'll return fire with 4 and miss. These guys will come around. They'll go 1. First of all, how far can they move? Half movement. 1, 2, 3. All right, and these disorganized units here, they'll come around, and I think they'll stack together on the edge of the cornfield because they'll rally in just a moment. And we've got these guys, 2, 1, 1. How far can they move? Half movement. 1, 2, 3. And we'll bring Hoffman into there and just sit them there. And yeah, look, that's about it. Not much the Union could really do on that final turn. So we're heading now to the final Confederate turn of the scenario. Can they push the Union out of all these hexes? Highly unlikely, but let's see what they do. First of all, we'll see if Lawson's brigade can get the job done. They'll try and charge straight ahead. There's only 1 SP there. Is it even worth shooting? I'd need an 8 or more. Conversely, the defender will suffer an automatic step loss. Let's do that. So we need to roll to charge, which they succeed, even with the -3 for being adjacent. Rolling a 5 to do so. The defender gets an opening volley, and a 1 will do nothing. The defender now suffers an automatic step loss because they're facing a large opponent, so they're dead. And we have a leader loss check, which is fine. Here's to find another unit of the 3-2nd. Has the 3-2nd been wiped out? 3-2nd. There should be some other guys. I think I've done well to keep these formations together. I just don't know where the 3rd/2nd is. So we've got the 2nd Division out here. Third, 2nd, here they are. Okay, and they can advance. Okay, this is technically Cornfield. And I'll stop there. What do we want to do? They've only got 1 SP left. They've only got 1 SP left. Oh, if this battle were to continue, the whole Confederate right flank out here in the east would be in trouble. They've only got 1 SP left. Oh my goodness, there's 3 SPs on the Confederate right flank. 2 of them are shaken and behind the lines. So the Union forces had the better run of the conflict out here on the left. They will take a shot. They will miss. We will get... right, let's try with Hayes's brigade in the centre here. I'm going to pull them out because that's a big stack of things. So they will attempt to charge. It's an A-ranked unit, -3 + 1. They're going to fail. So no charge through here. They'll just shoot instead with 1, 2, 3, 4. And roll a 10. So 4, 10 will cause a step loss. To this stack. So basically every time you've got to do a step loss, you've got to take these things out. And first of all, lead a loss check. He survives. Morale check. They are now wrecked. So it's 7, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, which I believe is shaken back 1. And some Union cowardly legs, which opens up some space for the Confederates. Let's start off with this formation. They don't want to charge, they just want to shoot. With smoothbore muskets, 7 SPs, a roll of 7. Is going to be 1 step loss to this double day stack, which is going to wreck 7th Wisconsin. Lead a loss check, he's safe. Morale check is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, back down to 11 for an A-ranked unit. Is shaken back 2, loss 1. Shaken back 2, 1, 2, with a loss 1, which is going to wipe out those guys. So we've got cowardly legs, cowardly Union legs in here, and they were eliminated here. So there's a lot of, well, again, there's only at most 1. These cowardly legs aren't cumulative, but a lot of locations where Union forces could be a bit worried. And it's not over. We can get some... All right, so these guys, there's still 1, 2, 3, 4... Oh, the Union still hold a lot of the Cornfield. But we're now looking to get some charges off. And how can we get this done? First of all, let's look at these guys with 2 SPs shooting here. An 11... 2, 11 is just going to be the 1 step loss. But that will make them small, and morale check, which will pass. All right, these guys will have a shot. 1, 2, 1, 2, what have I got under there? 6, it's muskets, shooting here. And a 7, which will be another step loss, and now they're wrecked. And another morale check. And this time they fail with an 11, 12, 13, 14, they're gone. They are B ranked, so they're going to rout with 2 losses. That's going to eliminate Phelps's brigade. All right. What do we do now? I think we take this formation, and they try and charge straight down here, perhaps. There's a few options. So these guys are done. How do I mark this? Need some little done markers. Let's get hood rolling. Okay, here we go. 1. Roll to close, success. 2. Roll to charge, yes. So they're going to charge straight into here. There's an opening volley, which fails with a 1. So they automatically take 1 step loss. And they are wrecked. They make a leader check. And he's safe, narrowly. But now they make a morale check. And it's a decent roll for them. But they're wrecked. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Shaken back to loss 1. So they're wiped out. 1, 2. They'll come back into here with some more cowardly legs. Hood will continue his drive through the cornfield. And opening volley here will cause, I think that's 1. No, that's no losses. They again take a loss. They're now small without a leader. Morale check. 8, 9, 10 will also see them back. Shaken, back 1, loss 1, they're wrecked. And Hood continues again and captures that eastern edge of the cornfield. Now we'll bring Laws's brigade. 1. Oh wait, so they've got to. There's this big stack here I need to just take care of. How can I do it? These Texans here. They'll do it. Okay, 1. Roll to close, success. Roll to charge, success. Opening volley from here is nothing. So they will cause a step loss to this big stack. To the lead unit, which is 19th Indiana. They're wiped out. A leader loss check is fine. A morale check. Here we go. What have we got on top here? B ranked unit, which is small. Oh, and they're on 11. 11, 12, 13, 14, back to 11 is disorganized, back 3, loss 1. So disorganized, back 3, 1, 2, 3, ouch. And they'll advance, and I guess they'll hold there. What do I have left over? Okay, I've got this regiment way up in the rear here. They can't really do much, but they can maybe try to scare Meade out. 0 ranked leader, he can move at full speed. 1, 2, roll to close, yes. Roll to charge, yes. Opening volley will cause 1 hit. They are down to 1. They are small. There's no automatic loss or leader check, just rolling for morale, and they pass. So Meade holds on to the cornfield, and I don't think the Confederates can get them out of this area. We can bring Hood Laws down. 1, 2, roll to close. Yes, it's an A-ranked unit. They rolled a 2. Roll to charge. Yes. Opening volley. 1 hit. So it's big, strong formation here. And a leader check is narrowly okay. And a morale check here, a 10. Oh. Okay. Where are we? What formation was I looking at? I think it was this one. I kind of looked away. I forgot what I was doing. They retreated. These are the ones that I moved out, right? So they rolled a 10. They're A ranked and wrecked. 10, 11, 12, 13. Disorganised. They're gone. So it's disorganised, back 3, 2 losses. So 1, 2. A disorganised unit that is disorganised. Routes. Well, not them. These guys. And they're out of it. And where were we? Sorry. Getting really messy here. And they captured that edge of the cornfield. And, okay, can we get... Okay, Confederate artillery maybe can take a shot. That's going to hurt all our guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. -2. A 9, though. 1, 2. A 9 will cause a step loss. It will also cause a step loss to every adjacent Confederate force, but forces a morale check here. When they roll a 9, and they are wrecked. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, they're gone. 1. C ranked as well. So, what did I get? A 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Back 2 is 12. Disorganised, back 4 with 2 losses. Well, there's only 2 steps left in that stack. So that's both of them wiped out. And leader loss checks, they're okay. Just gotta find somewhere else to go. Okay. That's not the 3rd Division. I don't know where the 3rd Division is. I won't worry about it because we're just about done with this scenario. And with that, these guys also take a loss, of course. But it's kind of inconsequential because what that means is that the Confederates are the only forces. Oh, they're dead. We killed our own guys. Leader loss, they're safe. It doesn't matter that they're friendly. It doesn't matter that friendly fire is causing all this damage to Confederate regiments because at the end of the scenario, they're the only side with troops in the cornfield. Oh no, they're not. Oh, look at this. We've got the Iron Brigade hanging on for dear life over here. Oh, that's so close. So basically, this stack here is in the cornfield. This stack over here isn't. So just that little corner of the cornfield being held. And there's nothing the Confederates can do to get them out. Yeah. Yeah, that's about it. Time is it here? It's it's 8 a.m. here. It's 7:30 a.m. at Antietam. Look, folks, that's the end of the scenario. A very, 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 very close draw. Look, again, this is just a small scenario to play through this little sort of cornfield fighting, but if you were to consider the impact here, well, geez, the Hood's division has shattered the Union Centre. If this fighting were to continue, they would, over the coming hour, the coming half hour, continue pushing down against these disorganised and routed, and, to be quite frank, utterly smashed. These are all wrecked. So wrecked. They're actually healthy. They're wrecked. So there's one healthy regiment in here. Hoffman holds the right. The Union hold the left, but the Hood's division just is very strong and looks unstoppable. Obviously, broader time scheme as well. There's Union reinforcements arriving, which are desperately needed. But at the same time, the Confederate left flank has collapsed, and they have wrecked units. 2 SPs, 1 SP with a wrecked unit here. So on the next turn, we'd see the Union. It's really interesting. Union centre collapses, Confederate left collapses. So if this fighting would continue, we'd sort of see, I don't know, a rotation of the lines like that, as there's a lot of Confederate batteries behind the lines here, which could do some damage to these Union forces as they advance. Very interesting. It'd be interesting to see what. Again, there are other forces involved. This is just a snapshot of this corner of the field. But yeah, it'd be fascinating to see how this plays through as part of something larger going on with reinforcements. Yeah. They are going to do a spin dance. Why is it in there? Because that's the end of the scenario, and because there are Union reinforcements arriving, they're not covered by this scenario. So they would be arriving, very, like, about now, I think, from the south. It's very, very restricted, basically, in the limitations. There are also Union forces out on the left, and yeah, some more coming down that Hagerstown Pike on the right here, which would, be able to, again, if we were to consider what happens next, they'd be able to stop probably this Hood's advance at some point. Where exactly, I don't know. I don't know what the other scenarios are. So we've got 4.1 is the Texas Brigade, 4.2 is the Cornfield. The next scenario is the Sunken Road, which actually plays for 16 turns. Yeah, I thought about that, but it's not really. So the Confederates have just had their reinforcements arrive. The Union's in this scenario, because the time stops, you don't have a schedule. I mean, you could look through the schedule and say, so when does the Second Corps arrive? I believe, is there a reinforcement schedule somewhere in here? Union reinforcement schedule. 12th Corps begins to arrive at 7:45 a.m. and they arrive in entry area C, which is just down here. So these guys, basically what's happening is on the start of the next turn, from area C, they're coming in from here immediately to actually at 7 a.m. Yeah, you've got 12th Corps forces arriving at 7 a.m. So half an hour ago, 12th Corps started to arrive. They would be up to about here, up to the batteries. In fact, sorry, earlier than that. At 6:30 a.m., 12th Corps arrives. So 12th Corps could be, if this was part of a larger thing, 12th Corps would be sort of already at this point here. You'd also probably have some Confederate reinforcements as well. I don't know what they are. They've got a longer road to travel. we've got a lot of cavalry coming on this morning. We've got, it's really hard to make sense of the way you've got sort of Armistead's Consolidated Brigade arriving. You've got Anderson's division arriving. And yeah, I just don't know the Confederate order of battle. So, look, yeah, it's a draw. Technically, it's a draw according to the limitations of the scenario. But both sides have got something to, I guess, claim. Union controls most of the East Woods. Confederates control most of the Cornfield. The Union shattered the Confederate right flank. The Confederates shattered the Union centre. In terms of losses, pretty much, if you add these all up, I'd say it's pretty much on par. I won't go through it all, but if you want to pause, you can have a look. Yeah, I'd say it's pretty much balanced. I was just kind of throwing them over here in the final turn, but seems pretty close. And because I played the opening volleys wrong, there's probably a lot more casualties than historical. And again, keeping in mind, they're not eliminated regiments. They're removed from the battle, but this reflects both, routed, disorganized, stragglers, retreats, all that kind of thing. Not necessarily dead and wounded. All right, folks. Thanks for watching. Take care. So Stephen, the Confederates have guys coming, but I don't know. I don't know to whose division they belong or where they should go. They come in. Where do they come in? Entry area K, which is way down. To give you a sense of scale, they come in way down here. Yeah, I want to play Gettysburg now too. This is my, I want to kind of run through a bit more of Antietam. And then I might start punching and clipping Gettysburg. I'll wrap it up here. Feel free to make any comments, ask any questions. I'll try and clarify things. I acknowledge the rules errors, that opening volley mistake in particular. I'm also uncertain about the use of small rules. So you apply the morale rating to, let's say, the top unit. They've only got 2. So when they do a morale check, they are technically small. But when they charge, the stack is not small. So the attacker is not small. And I think that's right during the charge sequence. Anyway, a few little uncertainties there, but I'll read through the rules for a 4th time before I run through the next scenario, which should be coming up pretty soon. Thanks all, and take care.